Good morning. What's up, Shreves? How you doing, my man? I like that logo. Go ahead and unmute. Tell me what's going on in your world, big dog.
Smart. Um, Not much. Kind of slow right now, so trying to do some more stuff to get some work. Google freaking unverified me, so I just got back on Google. For some reason, it was weird. I don't know. Yeah, nothing changed, so kind of just figured it out. But I'm waiting for my reviews to pop back up. I got help
Oh,
doing that.
thank you, Google. You're always so kind
Yeah, I
to
know.
us, right? What a
I
pain in
guess they've
the
been doing that to a
rear.
lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. And have you updated your website lately?
No, I didn't do no changes. But yeah, I did talk to a marketing group and I did do some stuff on my website to kind of make everything match again, address and all that.
Yeah, my team had to just take our site down for a few days and make it compliant for certain things because I guess they've got bots now that are
Yep.
scavenging the internet for websites that are not compliant with these new laws, and they're like dinging them. They're getting fined and getting their website shut down. So, if you
Yeah,
haven't,
that's been fun.
yeah, if you haven't heard anything about that, you might want to talk to your peeps about that. So, tell me what's going on in the business. Like, what are the revenues? Where are you struggling? What do we need help with?
Um, we're struggling mostly just trying to get some jobs. We're kind of slow right now, but then we trying to get people to kind of spend the money. So trying to show the urgency. It's kind of why I'm on here today to try to get help with that.
Okay, so tell me about your last call that you had a challenge with the urgency.
Um, Yesterday it wasn't exactly me; it was my technician, but she's like, "Yeah, I want to do the stuff in the near future." Wasn't it right in the near future? And then, but yeah, she just wants to call in and get it scheduled. He couldn't lock it in right there.
Got it. Well, that's a super simple one. Give me a more difficult one.
You have any more suggestions that you've been having?
That's pretty much the only one. He's selling almost everything.
You said he's selling almost everything.
Yeah,
Have you created any prioritized lists yet?
like for like the urgent, near future, nice to have
Yeah,
list.
mandatory near future, nice to have.
Yeah,
Can you upload a few of those to the group so that we can see them?
yeah, we will
Awesome.
get that uploaded today.
Have you ever heard of penciling somebody in?
No,
So when somebody's like, "Yeah, I'll just call in to schedule later," you could just pencil that person and you go, "Look, that's not a problem. Just to make sure that we're able to get you a spot on the schedule, why don't I just go ahead and pencil you in for this coming Friday? And if for some reason that needs to change, you just give us a call and you let us know. It'll probably be a blessing to somebody else if you need to reschedule anyways." A lot of times
okay.
they'll go ahead and move forward and just give you a tentative date. Not always though. So what else have you been running in? You don't have 100% closing ratio, do you?
No.
So what's another struggle that you guys are going through out there, or out here, I
Mm,
should say?
any other struggles?
Tell him to
Just a
speak
minute.
up now because he's not even technically supposed to be on this call. So tell him to speak up now so he can get some help.
Yeah, he got to the shop early with me or
It's
to do
cool.
some stuff.
All right. Well,
Awesome.
while you guys think about that, I'm going to move on to Xavier. Xavier, what's up, big dog?
How you doing, Gene?
Pretty good. I like to see the progress that you're making in the group on the videos. Chris, that would be awesome for you to do is to start getting certified, right? That way you can really, really lead your guys to success as you grow. But Xavier, what is your revenue month to date right now?
Well, let me check my sales tracker. So month to date revenue, hold on, I'm in January. Month to date, I am at 27,935.
27,935 out of how many calls?
15.
15 calls, which puts your average ticket at right around what? Little,
1862.
a little under 2 grand. 1862. That's not horrible, man. Good job. What are you running into out there? Are you running into any challenges or any struggles, or is everybody just laying down and buying for you?
Um, Things have been going better once I've started implementing more of the ninja techniques. Um, I am still running into challenges with creating urgency to get those larger tickets for things like service upgrades and things like that. I so far I haven't really gotten any good opportunities to present that this month. Um, a lot of people's panels and stuff have been in pretty decent condition. Um, I did have a very interesting call last week that ended up turning really good. Like
Okay.
from the start, it guy was already pissed off that we were there. Like as soon as we walked into the door, he was extreme D personality. I think this was the first time that I actually did the stopping at the door. As a point of clarification, I'm here to take care of your electrical needs and going through that script.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of turned around and just looking at me. But yeah, he was already mad, already just extreme, wanted to get
Are you
the.
saying that us D personalities are just angry?
Well, it can be at times. But
We're
he
very
already wasn't mad.
short.
Yes, very. Um, and so that one, he went over what he wanted us to do. He's a DIYer too, so that adds in another thing to that.
Another
Uh,
layer.
yep. Started going over the electrical evaluation. His wife is in a hospital bed in the back room, so he was asking her, if there's anything that she knows. She's like, "Oh, the lights are dimming when I use my hair dryer." And so I take a brief look at that, and voltage is getting really, really low. He's standing there while I'm showing him. And that set him off even more. He was thinking that we had to rewire the entire house, which he didn't say that at that time. But I continued the evaluation. I was in the kitchen putting everything down on paper. He went back into the back bedroom, and I can hear him yelling back there with his wife. He was mad. And so when he came back out, I just went to the living room. I was like, "Hey, Gary, if you don't mind me asking, is there anything that I did, anything that I said?" And he's like, "No, no." And I got him to open up to me a bit, and we just had a conversation. I'm like, that's when I found out that he thought that the whole home had to be rewired. I'm like, no, it's not what this is. Typically, there are other things that we can do. Would you like to know what our clients have us do when we run into this situation? And I went over those few options, and he calmed down quite a bit. Then
What are
everything.
the options? Let me know. I want to hear
So
it.
we can do a few different things. A lot of our clients, especially with bathrooms, with having ladies in the home, they like to use products that use a lot of heat, hair dryers, curling irons,
Hair
sometimes even space
straighteners.
heat. Exactly. So a lot of times with that, what we do is we'll actually run a completely separate circuit from the electrical panel over to the bathroom area. So it's not causing any flickering lights. It's not affecting your TV in your living room, things like that. Another thing that we can do if you did not want to run a new circuit is we can do something that's called a circuit restoration. That's where we go to each outlet and switch. We redo all the connections, making them top-notch connections so there isn't any sort of weird power loss or electricity lowering or things like that to help improve that circuit, bringing it back up to new standards. And along with that, you also get brand new outlets and switches. You can choose what color, what style, anything like that that you like. So those are typically the two options that we look at that more of our clients go with when we run into this situation.
Okay. Can you establish a need for doing such as said, please? I want to hear the words that you're using, like when you bring it to my attention. Or so let's say that my wife just said, yeah, when I use the hair dryer and stuff, the lights are getting dim and everything. So you go in there, you do whatever testing it is. I want to hear how you establish a need for it.
Okay. So what we did is we plugged in the tester, he plugged in the hair dryer. As soon as you turn on the hair dryer, it dropped to like, I think it was 104 volts. And so looking at that, I try to tell them beforehand, like, this is what I want to see. I want to see it maybe only drop by a little bit. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see it drop below 110. And when we plug that in, it dropped to 104. So with seeing this, do you know when electricity drops this low that it can actually damage your appliances that you're plugging in because they're trying to run really hard, but they just can't? You see that when you put it on the low setting, it's maybe about 111, but when you put it on high, it's 104. Do you know what that can do to the electronics or your wife's curling iron or your TV that you have running in the other room?
No.
So when they're starting to do that, they're really trying to run and they're really struggling to run to do so, which over time will cause damage, permanent and irreversible damage to those electronics on that entire circuit. So,
Only thing I would change there, Xavier, is I would start it with so you weren't aware that.
okay.
Boom. Now give them information. Keep going.
So with that, it can cause permanent or irreversible damage to the electronics that you're plugging in. So now do you see why more of our clients have us do this circuit restoration instead of having to replace things like your TV? Because I know that you like to watch the Rangers. If you have to get a brand new TV in the middle of the season, you know, that's not going to be fun. Same thing with your wife's hair dryer. She's going to want to dry her hair. And if she just took a shower, washed it, and she can't dry her hair, is it going to be a good time for her or for you?
Nope. She's going to be pissed like I am right now.
Yeah, right. Seriously. He was
Have
actually
you
happy at that point.
have you ever considered the total cost of everything that is plugged into an electrical outlet in your home?
Hmm.
If you had to guess how much all that stuff cost that is at risk right now, how much would you guess it costs?
It costs a lot of money.
Let's just let's just add it up in your house right now. Kind of
Hmm.
go room by room. How many TVs do you got? I know that they're not that expensive anymore, right?
Yep.
But still, I mean, you're gonna spend $1,000 to $2,000 for a halfway decent TV nowadays. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
All right. So how many TVs do you have in your house?
I only have one.
One.
Yep.
You got a refrigerator?
I have two refrigerators.
Oh, she's got two refrigerators but one TV. Something's backwards here. Dishwasher,
Yep.
washing machine,
Yep.
dryer,
Uh-huh.
water heaters, gas or electric.
It's electric.
Oh, how about that?
Yep.
Uh, Toasters.
Yeah.
Like, um, I mean, think about all this stuff. I think I have. Last time I checked, I think I have 11 TVs in my house. Just televisions alone, we're talking about. I don't know, 15, 20 grand.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Hmm.
And last time I had a surge, they didn't all go out, but I lost 7 grand worth of shit.
Yeah, and that client, once I actually started talking to him about the evaluation, they actually let me know that they had a surge a few years back because a transformer blew up right by their house, and it took out, I think, the husband's heated blanket and a few other things, and
Oh, the humanity.
yeah, I know. And
Just
so, actually, when I switched to asking that specific question, in your home, if you were to take a guess, what is the total value of all the electronics in your home?
you
Once
did
I
ask
started
that?
asking, yeah, I asked
I
that
love
every
it.
surge presentation. Once I started asking that, I started to get a much better response from the clients when it comes to surge protection because then they start to realize, oh yeah, I didn't think about things like my AC system. I didn't think about all my appliances. I was just thinking about my TVs that I have the plug strips on.
We didn't even talk about the air conditioner, did we?
No, we didn't. And that's
Holy
probably the most
crap.
expensive thing that they're going to run into.
It's the most expensive appliance in their home for sure.
Yep.
Eric's over there with a Cheshire grin. What's up, Eric? Good to see you this morning, big dog. And of
Good
course, you too,
morning. Good
Daniel.
morning.
Xavier, what else?
So with that call, once I actually sat down with them, I went into the bedroom since the wife couldn't leave the bed, and we are sitting over going over the electrical evaluation. I was ninjaing them. I was asking a lot of thought-provoking questions, and she was really biting in. He wasn't biting in as much, but I could tell that he was engaged in the conversation. He was sitting there looking over the proposal, or not the proposal, but the evaluation sheet, nodding. But yeah, she was talking a lot. And then we went over pricing. They wanted a lot of this stuff done, but he's like we don't have the money for all this. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg. And that's when I brought in the payment plan close, and I tried to bring in pack and herd mentality quite a bit. And I feel like it was kind of close to having them close on that part, but he was just flat out like, no, I'm on a fixed income. I typically get a few extra thousand a month. So in a few months, like I can do it. I really don't want to finance. I really don't want to do this. Um, but bringing in the pack and herd mentality, I feel like made it a little bit better because I was like, more of our clients, a lot of them don't have the cash up front to pay for something like this. Typically, what people do is they use the easy monthly payments to be able to do something like this sooner rather than later without breaking the bank. Um, and he just was not buying, but I think that he will call us back because it went from the start was terrible. He hated us to he started to open up a little bit to then he was laughing and actually wanted us to do more work than what we originally went out there for. He's like, actually, I want you to do this and this too while you're here. Like at the very end. Like, okay, perfect. And then we got a 5-star review too. So that
Nice.
was a complete 180 from the start to the end.
What was the total ticket?
Total ticket, I believe, was 1,200, right around there.
Huh. Did you create a prioritized list, or was this through like Service Titan or?
So the way that I make my list, it was actually a way that Tori showed me, creating the big list at the top and then
Yep.
working your way down. So it's like the opposite of the prioritized list, or just flip flop.
So you start with the most expensive and then go in reverse.
Yes, that's the way that I do it.
Yeah.
Um, and right as I switched to that strategy, that like immediately after doing that, right along with Tori, I sold like $100,000 worth of work in a month. So it worked really well right at the start. It's been going better than how I used to do it since then, but I haven't been able to keep that insane momentum going.
Yeah, and it's the only challenge there is that your done deal presentation is going to have to seriously be modified, right? So that could create some challenges. But it is what it is. I'm not going to fight everyone to use the process the way that I use it.
I mean, I'm open to changing everything that I do. I'm just trying to lock in a little bit at a time so then I can combine it all together. Because right now I'm really trying to focus on just the presentation. And I've been
Mm-hmm.
trickling in a lot during just throughout the entire presentation with the thought provoking questions and then different type of closes, which another call last week on Friday, I used the done deal presentation. And that was the first one that I had feel like I had really good success with. That client, he bought in. Like I felt good when I was asking, so are we going to do the bare minimum? We going to go halfway, or are we going to do all the way, or go all the way?
Right.
And first he wanted to try to do the bare minimum. He's like, can we just take a look at doing this? And we found out that that wasn't going to be possible after doing a little bit of research. And I was like, all right, so we going to go halfway, or are we going to go all the way? It's like, we'll go halfway.
Hey, give me a second, real quick. Team, I'm not sure who's behind the support today, but for my
That's
team,
me.
could you please get a hold of Keenan Monroe? He said he stopped getting the messages to join the training.
Sure.
I don't know if he's expired or not, but if you can write his number down real quick, it's three
I
eight
do have his
six.
number, Gene. I'll reach
Great,
out.
great, thank you. All right, sorry about that, Xavier. I'm back.
Very good. So yeah, that was a good one. I was went back to him. Would you like to go halfway, or would you like to go all the way now? He's like, go halfway. We did the work, and before then, I already went over some of the evaluation items. He didn't let us in the house because of his dog, so we just checked the outside and the attic. And then at the very end, he's like, this stuff it could be a fire hazard, right? I'm like, what did we talk about earlier? What do loose connections cause? Fire. Yes. So he's like, actually, I want you guys to take care of this while you're here today too. So I've also noticed that truly establishing the need with asking those questions, clients are biting on their own. I don't even have to throw the bait out. They're just coming to me. So
Because why?
because I got them engaged, I asked those thought provoking questions, and they saw the need, the necessity for it.
They're coming to what? Their own
Conclusion.
that what?
That something needs to be done now, and
Yeah.
because they're uncomfortable.
Yeah, man. It's I call this pull selling rather than push selling. It's like, come here. You
Yeah.
just slowly pull them towards you, ask the thought provoking questions instead of talking at them. And when they come to their own conclusion, something needs to be done. Boy, just try to stop them from buying. So good stuff, man. I'm glad to hear that the training is working well for you. How far are you in your certification?
So I am on the P in Expa. I'm going to get that done today.
Okay.
Get that posted in the Facebook group today. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Do you have a date that is set on your sales tracker for when you will be complete of everything?
I do not.
So in those when you go into your sales tracker, the front page on the left-hand side, there are these 5 red boxes down towards the bottom, and that's where you want to put the date that you're going to complete that section by, right? It's
Okay.
like a commitment to yourself that this is the path that I'm going on.
Okay.
Right. If we don't, what do they say? I think that they say something like a goal without a date or something like that is, it's just wishful thinking,
Mm-hmm.
right? So let's go ahead and assign a date and commit to ourselves when we're going to complete that by.
Okay.
And
I'll get
then
into.
I'd love to see some of your prioritized lists in the group.
Mhm.
That would be awesome. And as far as the top-down selling is concerned, I do that on big tickets as well. I just don't do it on the service and maintenance style calls. Go
Right.
ahead, Priyanka. You can show them. So down on the left, looks like you were able to, you did start to fill some of this stuff out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But
He
go down
just
toward.
wrote he wants to hit the income goal by yesterday. So
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So if we scroll down here on the left-hand side, you see phase 1 completed by date.
Okay.
We just want to fill in that red box when we're going to complete it by.
Okay.
right here.
Cool. Hey,
Cool.
Dana or Eric, could you guys take over for me for 5 to 10 minutes? I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Love you, man.
What's going on, Eric? What's up? What's up?
And let's get Andrew Beaker involved. He hadn't been involved in a while.
Andrew, you on? Andrew, can you unmute?
I think he's
Hey,
trying.
hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you. How's it going?
Oh, it's going well. This is my rush around hour, getting ready for work and everything, and I should be prepared more like Dana. We're both on the West Coast here, and Dana looks like he's ready for work at 6 a.m. where I'm just getting up.
So how's it going out there?
Been going well. We've been steady. We've been steady for the last couple months, and I feel like we're going to have probably our best year.
Are you
just
the
because-
owner?
Yeah, I am the owner.
Perfect. Gotcha. What are you at? What's your goal and where are you at currently?
Well, right now, you see, I do. We're a small company. I'm the comfort advisor, the guy go out on all the quotes that when people call in. I let my service techs. We have 3 service techs. I let them when they're out. I let them sell, and
Okay.
I guide them from our price book. And for instance, our head service tech yesterday, he sold 2 systems, and so he's
Do
pretty
you know where
excited.
you're at for the year?
Yeah. We're at 1.3
Perfect.
million.
Perfect. What's your goal for the end of the year?
My goal is to break 2 million.
Okay.
We've always had that being a small company and you get comfortable, and I didn't grow for this is my 36th year in business, and I got to that spot where it was a combination of being comfortable. I'm making enough money. I have a good lifestyle out here.
Yeah,
And,
I understand.
But I just decided, you're either, I just decided to start growing again this year. We've got a marketing company.
Perfect.
Yep, we're doing the marketing with the LSA and all of that. And our accountant is helping us out. We got a good accounting
Okay.
company. And my brother-in-law is actually, he's a really good businessman. He's helping us out now with all the KPIs. So we're
Got it.
we're on House Call Pro, and we're
Okay.
really
I'm familiar with that.
oh yeah, we're really looking hard at getting a pipeline established and getting follow-ups on all of our quotes.
Yep.
Because go out and do a service call and then offer all these options. And
So why don't you make a goal of 5 million this year?
well, the goal of 5 million, if I had that kind of volume, if there was ever,
So just
and
to
of
put
course,
it in perspective, the company I'm at opened in January of 2025. Our goal this month was 325,000. We're already past 600,000.
okay,
So sometimes it's better just to shoot for a higher goal, and even if you don't hit it, if you come close, like say if you shoot a goal for 4 million, right? If you don't hit 4 million, but you hit 3.2, isn't that better than setting a goal for 2 and hitting 2.3 or something?
yeah, I agree. It's just I know that when you go above a certain, believe me, if the marketing and the calls were coming in, and I'd take on new trucks, and I'd do the whole thing. I'd hire new people and probably expand. But I'm at that level of, let's see, 4 installers, 3 service techs. It's, that's kind of like the 2 million. I know some people do more than that, 2 to 3 million in
We
that.
have, including myself, there's 3 service techs here and 3 lead installers and 2 helpers, and we're making it happen.
Yeah, and you're at 600.
We've already passed 600 grand in revenue and that's collect. So we're close to 700 for sales, but revenue is what's already been completed and installed. We're already over 600 for that for July.
Oh, just for the month?
Yes. Our
Oh
goal was
shit.
325 grand this month. We're
Yeah,
going to easily probably double that.
I would that's great. That's great for your company. You're comparable with
And
us.
we're company's been in business since January 25, so what is that?
January 25.
18, 19 months.
I'm guessing, we've got we most 80% of our 70% is referrals with our company. I've got you know
Perfect. That's always
a
great.
customer base that we rely heavily on with our we call it our Gold Club maintenance program, and that keeps us going. But here in where are you at? I'm sorry.
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, hot and muggy, right?
Hot and muggy and Hood.
Well, I'm on the best climate in the United States. Our average temperature here in Costa Mesa is 70 degrees year round. It's just
Got it.
it's kind of like the Maytag man sitting waiting for the phone to ring.
Yeah. No, the heat index yesterday was about, I think they said it felt like 118. I was feeling it. I was in an attic. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
we made it happen.
I know. There's a lot of places that I visited my son in Tennessee, and everybody stays inside all day. It's just so hot and muggy.
Yeah.
70 degrees year round, I believe I'd move.
I don't, Gene. I don't want to live in the desert, man. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't move all the way from Michigan out to California to live not by the coast.
We got to start plumbing or something then, man.
You know what? I got to tell you, since I went to your event in Tucson, I came back and I started making more offers. We have a brochure now. I've had it for a while, and now we're really pushing it. And we're offering water filtration, even though we don't do it. I have a plumber that will do it for me.
Good.
Uh, Water filtration, surge protection. We offer panels. We offer insulation. We offer. So I'll go out to a job, and one job was really, and we did a new, changed out their gas heating and air for resident. This is all residential. We don't do commercial. For a variable speed communicating, of course, communicating heat pump system with new water filtration and a new tankless water heater with circulator pump, and it's just we're expanding. We're not offering one thing. When we go into a home, we do a whole house evaluation, top to bottom, from insulation. We're looking for any signs of rodents. We're we're a whole house approach, and that way we can offer the homeowner a lot more than just a new new heating and air conditioning system. So that's really changed our business quite a bit.
Good.
And but I was reading your book, your training book on the plane the last week, and I keep saying I'm going to get certified. I'm going to get certified, and of course life gets in the way. But I'm not making excuses, Gene. I know you don't like excuses, but
I don't
I'm
think anybody
definitely.
likes them, do they? You don't like them.
I don't like excuses, but I got a lot of them. So no, I'm kidding. But anyway, so it's just a matter of making time for myself to get it to where I can pass it on to the guys. But
What's standing in the way? Is it just overwhelm with the business?
it's making time, setting time aside. If I found, and when you're the owner, you prioritize things, and to me the priority is filling the schedule, and getting people getting our jobs lined up, getting our estimates, or getting our installs lined up. And I guess I'm one of those too many hats kind of thing,
Sure.
where uh,
Well, the good news is that you're still doing some of the reading and stuff, and that you've been through the program already, at least the training at Tucson. You might consider, Andrew, grabbing one of your guys and shooting him out to the training that I'm going to do in August. It's going to be on a Friday and a Saturday, 22nd and 23rd. He's going to be able to experience the same thing you are, so that we can get you both on the same page. So I don't know if that's an impossibility or not, but I wanted to mention it to you, okay?
I will look into that. I will look into that.
Is that something you want me to reach back out to you about, or do you want to reach out to me?
Um, I I would go ahead and reach out to me on that.
All right.
It's
Cool.
it's kind of like right now. I'd like to get in a position to where I could have somebody not wear so many hats. I guess what I'm saying, and I'm thinking that I need to take one of my guys and make them uh, you know have a installation manager take care of in the morning meetings with the installers, and
Yep.
then a service manager who is still running calls and doing all that, but just elevate some of the people in my company so I don't feel so burdened by everything.
You mentioned installers. Guys, don't sleep on installers. All right. My buddy Corbin Allen, some of you know him. He took a group of his installers for 1 week and just did training in the morning with them. And the very first week, I think they did $134,000 in sales, just the installers, on parts and pieces on jobs that they were on. So do not sleep on them. I've taken a lot of one of my best sales guys ever was one of my installers for me. And he just kept sneaking into the training room. And the next thing I know, he starts selling Remy Halos on every install that he's doing. And about 2 months in, I pulled him into the office and I said, Nick, we got a problem. He's like, what are you talking about, boss? I've been selling stuff on the calls. I'm getting my inspections done. And I'm like, no. The problem is that you're only seeing one customer a day. I need you to see 3 to 4. You're now a maintenance technician. And he ended up going from making about 40 grand a year to 250,000 a year in 12 months. And this is back in probably 2013. So don't
Yeah.
sleep on installers, guys.
No, I bring up my. That's what I find my best technicians is the installers who start showing me that they're learning and they're troubleshooting and I brought my one service tech with my guy that's been with me for 15 years. He was started out as an installer and I moved him. I could see that he wanted more and he's been our in service in service technician for 10 years now. So I like to bring. I think installers are the launching pad for the really good employees.
Oh man, I'm telling you, some of the best salespeople come from the installation world as well. Good stuff. Well, it's good to talk with you, Andrew. I'll holler at you a little bit later on and get you some more details on that class that's coming up in August.
Very good, Gene. Thank you.
By the way, guys, if any of you know anybody that wants to come, it's going to be in Fort Myers. We're headed out to Florida for a few weeks. I've got about several clients out there. Might be in the Carolinas for a couple of weeks as well. But I'm renting. It's going to be a smaller class. We've got like a 3,500 square foot, like, I don't know what you would call it. It's probably an apartment or something like that downtown Fort Myers. And we're only going to have maybe 12 to 14 people there. So it's going to be a little bit more intimate setting. And you guys will get more time with me than you normally would at an event. So who else should we pick on this morning?
What day was that you said?
What's that?
What day? You said you had an event. What day was that?
22nd and 23rd of August. It's a Friday and a Saturday. 22nd and 23rd.
Okay.
Cool, man. Who's got some questions? Who
No,
needs
Gene,
some help?
it's a Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's a Saturday and Sunday. We do apologize. Thank you, Priyanka. I appreciate that.
I'd love to see you guys.
Yeah, I'd love to see you too, brother. Come on down if you want.
I'm going to try to make that one too.
What's that, Josh?
I said I'll try and make that too.
Oh, that'd be cool, man. I'd love to hang out with you guys. We'll be rolling into town a couple days before that. We've got some stuff going on up in Ocala with Fast Air, and then we've got to come down to do the event, and then we're working with a contractor all week in Fort Myers. Brittany's going to be doing ride-alongs and everything with them and showing them the process, the IEQ and everything. It's going to be cool. Good morning, Keenan. Good to see you, big dog. Sorry you didn't get the message. We have made some changes in our staff, and so we're just catching up on some stuff. So for those of you that don't know, Angel has moved on, and she's going to be doing some other stuff. So if you need anything, you can still hit support at leadninjasystem.com. Priyanka will be there. Usman will be there. We got a bunch of team members here that'll be helping. Cool. Anybody got any challenges or success stories that they want to go over? We've only got about 20 minutes left this morning together.
I mean, I don't know how to fix it, dude. I think I just need a new company because, like, I've been, dude, there's nothing but callbacks. Like, and as a sales guy, I don't know how to fix it because, like, yesterday I went to a call and I sold her like $2,000 worth of stuff, but she just spent $10,000 in January, and like she liked me and it was good, and I was trying to push her to a unit, but like she just spent $10,000 and they didn't even fix her plenum, and like there was hot spots all over her house. And I didn't even go up in the attic because I was fucking scared of what I was going to find. And because they don't size shit right. And like I went to another job and there's just like, we used mixing boxes and they left a bunch of like moldy duckboard all over this lady's attic. And it's like the quality is so bad. I just don't know how to fix it.
Yeah. Been there, done that, homie. Got the t-shirt.
Yeah, so I don't know. I always say like don't complain, but like it's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix that.
I don't either, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, other than fixing shit myself, the last place that I came into here in Tucson, I had to immediately begin fixing things that were outside of my department because it was going to affect the scalability. I mean, like, not one person in the entire company had a Magna Helix when I showed up. And we're talking about a $15 million company. Not one.
Really?
Yeah, not one person. Not one person was taking duct pressure, right? And then I go out to my first install, and it was just botched, dude. Just botched. So I figured out what the problems were, fixed the problems, and I mean, that's the only thing that you can do. And a lot of times companies not going to go along with you. You know what I mean? You get, it's like pissing in the wind sometimes. But sometimes you get lucky and they'll let you fix stuff. So you got to either fix the shit or find another place like you were talking about.
Yeah, it's
Good news is Jacksonville's a big friggin' city, man. Should be able to find somebody there. Do you want me to put out a message on Facebook for Jacksonville?
I will. I would. Thank you.
All right.
Just if Lickety calls, I don't want to work here.
I understand. If for some reason you don't see that in the next couple of hours, just text me because it means that I forgot. But I'm happy to do that for you.
Appreciate it, brother.
My pleasure, brother. That's part of the benefit of being in a group like this, right? Got a pretty decent network. So, what about anybody else on the call? Questions or success stories? Okay. I'm going to call on Josh Garman when he gets a second. I know you're driving there. Be careful, son. Be careful.
I'm listening. What you
Talk
got
to me,
for
big dog. Tell me what's going on in your world out there.
Just I'm still settling in the service manager role. It's my first time doing that specific job. Not my first time in a leadership position with my time in the Army, but there are nuances that I'm learning along the way. I'm knee deep in COGS and P&Ls, so that's
sure.
Very eye opening. The mess that was left behind me that I'm now trying to clean up. So that's where I'm at with that. But I'm actually on my way out to help. It might be something I could talk to you offline about. It's probably it's a longer conversation, I'm sure.
All right. Well, you got my cell. Hit me up whenever you need to, bro.
Yeah, will do. I do appreciate it. I'm actually on my way to help a technician right now. But the one thing that I would say is that this course has helped me with so much is my interactions with the customers over the phone, the angry customers. My girls at the office are always getting yelled at by an angry customer, and then I get on the phone with them, and within 5 seconds, they're goofing off and laughing and telling me their life stories. So I've been utilizing what I've learned in my training to diffuse a lot of situations. One thing
Can you
that
give
I
us
use,
an example?
Yes, actually, the call I'm headed to right now, the lady was telling me how she was real upset and how she's, thinking of moving on to another company, and she's not getting a warm and fuzzy with us because she's getting rescheduled and this and that. I just used the fear felt found with her. I told her, I said, I understand how you feel. I've had customers that I've come across since taking over that's felt the same way in the past. And what I've found is that when they've allowed us to remedy these situations and take a closer look at what's going on, I've found that I'm able to get in there and get these problems fixed for you and win you back over and give you that warm and fuzzy you want. My greatest fear is that you move on with another company and you end up starting over, and you could have as many, if not more, headaches starting over with somebody else. We already know the job. And, And then I told her, if you want a warm and fuzzy, I'll bring you a teddy bear. And she laughed, and that diffused everything. So,
Are you using,
that's the call
so
I'm
would it be
headed to
impossible
now.
for me to come out there? Would it be impossible for you to work with me in order to see if I can help you?
I've used that one as well. I used that one a couple days ago, actually. So I'm using all the check engine light. Use that one a lot. You know, when they start complaining about technicians giving them all these estimates. Every time you guys come out here, you're trying to sell me something, and I'll go over the prioritized list with them. I says, well, did he give you a prioritized list? Yes, he gave me a prioritized list. I said, well, did you do the bare minimum items on the prioritized list? Well, no. I says, well, were you aware that we put these bare minimum items on there to prevent you from having callbacks and having more damaging repairs needed later on, like you're having to deal with now? So, you know, it went from having just to replace a blower motor to now they had to replace a blower motor, and I can't remember what else they had to replace. Oh, a ductwork insulation got all soaking wet because it overflowed into the ductwork. So now they got sealant damage and ductwork. So we had to replace a couple 12-inch ducts. It got out of control is what they were saying. And I explained to them, I said, did you know that if we replaced that blower motor, it would have kept your coil from freezing, and your coil not freezing would have prevented you from having water get into your ductwork, which now it has to be replaced. And that always calms them down, kind of pisses them off sometimes when they realize how stupid they were to begin with, but they stop blaming us for it at that point.
Or how weak the technician was. You know, a lot of us just get just the littlest bit of pushback, and then we run away. Like, consider that, guys. Like, let's say that somebody comes out to your house. And they give you a list of stuff, a laundry list of stuff, and it's categorized the way that we do it. And you give them just the littlest bit of pushback, and they just walk away. What would you say to yourself internally? Chris, what would you say to yourself internally in that situation? Somebody comes out to your house, give you a quote for 20 grand worth of stuff, mandatory, near future, nice to have, kind of like we do. You give them a tiny bit of pushback, and they just disappear. What would you say inside your mind?
I would be thinking like he doesn't really want to take care of us, or he doesn't have confidence in what he's trying to sell us or offer us.
He's just trying to sell me something. I didn't need that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very possible that a client could feel that way. And this is why it's so important, guys, that we utilize the techniques that we're teaching here to establish need, get them to come to their own conclusion that something needs to be done. Once they come to their own conclusion, just try to stop them from buying. What else, Josh? Anything else about that?
Came in a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry. He came in a little broken right there. No, that pretty much covers it. You know, it's the training that I've had with you has helped me tremendously, in even in managerial role. So, customer service.
It'll really help with kids too.
Yeah,
It really, really does. When I'm trying to discipline my kids, I ask them questions. You know, like, I'm trying to think of something that Maverick might do. Here's an example. So, and you guys might not agree with this, but it is what it is. I do have as a backup in my arsenal spanking for my kids. Okay? Now, I do not spank them for anything other than defiance. You spill your milk, you're not getting spanked, right? You hit your brother, you're probably not getting spanked unless I told you don't hit your brother, and then you hit him anyways, right? So if I've got to go through that process, I'll take Maverick aside and I'll go, okay, Maverick, what is it that Daddy told you to do that you did not do, or that you did the opposite of? What did I ask you to do? You asked me to do this. What did you do? I did this. When you do something against what I tell you to do, what's that called? Disobeying. And what happens when you disobey me? I get a pop tushy. Like, that's what we call it. We call it a pop tushy. And like I'll run them through all of those questions, and a lot of times I don't even have to follow through with the pop tushy, right? I'll go, so is that what you want? Are you wanting a pop tushy right now? And they're like, no. So what are you going to do? I'm going to obey you, Dad, right? Like I ask them these questions, get them to come to their own conclusion about what they did and what the consequences are of that, and get down on their level, eye to eye. And I'm telling you, it's made the hugest difference in the way that I parented my kids growing up. So you can use this stuff in all of your relationships, guys. Truly can. But you got to commit to it, Chris. you gotta follow the steps. You gotta start with video number 1. And Chris, I'd like for you to tell me, think about it real quick. When can you commit to me to be done with your very first video, which is E in EXPA? When can you be done with that?
I did E already. I actually got to do the other ones.
G.
It was a while back though.
When will you have it done?
I'm gonna work on it today. I'm gonna work on G today or S.
Thought you already got E done, so now you got to do G.
Okay. Yep.
Cool. So just to test you real quick, what is the first step of the 5-step sales process?
Establish the need.
For what? Everything?
I have to review it again.
Everything on the list. Okay.
Mhm.
And how do we do that?
I have to look at it again.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to help you to jog your memory, okay? How do we do that? We do that by turning statements
And the thought-provoking questions.
right. What are the 6 different ways that we do that? Or that I've shared with you on how to do it?
Were you aware? So you weren't aware. Did you know? So you didn't know.
Would you?
Would you believe?
Yep. Do you? Suppose.
Did you know?
Do you suppose? So what is the purpose of the step and why does it work?
It gets them to come up with their own conclusion that something needs to be done.
And it works because it makes them feel really uncomfortable
With the way things are now.
That's right. That's right. So brush up on that bad boy, okay? And then let's get your second video posted today. You're going to feel better when you post that second video. Even if you don't pass, you're going to feel better because you did something. You're in action, okay? How does it feel when you know you're supposed to be doing something and you don't do it and you don't make progress? You don't have to answer that question. But it doesn't feel good, right? We feel accomplished when we actually check off boxes. And Chris, you want to lead from the top or from the front, yes or no?
Yes.
What does it mean to lead from the front?
I gotta do it. That way I can teach it.
Okay. Have you ever seen those little images of a boss and a leader, and the boss has got like 4 people in front of him and he's pushing them forward, and then the picture of a leader has got the leader at the front towing the rope and 4 people behind him, right?
Mhm.
Guys, in leadership positions, people will not take anything more seriously than you. So lead from the front, set the example, and then the benefit of that is that when they start to go through the process, you know where they're mucking it up and you can help them. You can actually be a coach. Chris, as a business owner, I don't know if you look at it this way, but I look at being a business owner as being the coach of the organization, right? I'm responsible for helping to lift people up and bring up their skill level and improve the quality of their life, right? And if we're not able to do that for people, then they won't follow us for very long. So consider leading from the front. We make time for the things that are important to us, guys. So us saying that we don't have enough time is never a legitimate excuse. We make time for the things that are important to us. I guarantee you all have done some bullshit where you're sitting back and chilling and relaxing, watching TV or playing games or scrolling the internet when you could have been doing something to move, this forward for yourself. So make the difficult choices and make time for what you know is super important. The good news is you only have to learn how to ride this bike one time. Once you learn how to ride it, you'll always be able to ride it. Sure, you can get rusty, but you'll always know how to do it. And it will forever, forever, and ever, amen, change your life. Promise, Chris. Cool?
Yep.
All right. Guys, anybody else got any other questions or things that they wanted to share this morning? All right.
How much is the class you're doing down in Fort Myer?
It's $5,000.
$5,000. Okay.
Yep.
I was gonna see if our owner pony up some dough. Let me take
Sounds good.
A couple technicians down there with me.
Yeah, we literally are charging the exact same price that I began teaching the class for 8 years ago. So it's a good, solid deal. All right, guys, have yourselves an amazing, amazing Tuesday and Wednesday. I will see you on Thursday. Take your next steps towards getting certified. I love you all. Have an amazing, amazing day. Peace.